All hail the Clicks crew! Alright guys, we're taking a look at the first previews for the upcoming DC Heroclix set, DC Justice League Unlimited. This is the first DC Heroclix set of 2020. The hype is real for this set. Like I said, these are the first previews. This is the second animated series set that WizKids has done, so I have high hopes and expectations for the sculpts in this set because I loved the sculpts in Batman the Animated Series, and it looks like these ones are delivering both in sculpt and in what the figures actually do, so I'm super hyped to share these with you guys. These previews came from 2 Clicks from KO, so if you want to see their write-up on it, make sure to check out the Mr. Clicks Flicks Facebook group where I shared the link, and then go ahead and take a look at the figures there. This set has the pre-releases for March 25th, and the official release date is April 8th, so make sure to check out the WizKids Info Network for local venues that are doing pre-release and release events for that, because this set does look like it is going to be awesome. Alright, so before we get into these previews, I want to take the time to let you know that Mr. Clicks Flicks is sponsored by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has the winning role for our gaming needs. You can visit them at luckydicecafé.com or on their Facebook page using the link found in the description of this video. Mr. Clicks Flicks is also sponsored by trollandtoad.com, one of the largest online gaming retailers. Visit trollandtoad.com and use the promo code MrClicksFlicks for 5% off your Heroclix order today. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into these previews. Again, these come from 2 Clicks from KO, so go ahead and check out the source material if you want to get a slightly better look at these, although I do the best that I can for these videos. But the first one is number 39 in the set. He is Blight. He has the Gotham City Underworld, Future, Monster, and Politician keywords. He has a trait, a special on his movement, and a special on his damage. His trait is a walking nuclear disaster poison. When Blight uses it, he has improved targeting, ignores characters and elevated terrain, and opposing characters within 3 squares in line of fire are considered adjacent. So you get that non-adjacent poison, which is really cool, and he ignores some things as long as they're within range and line of fire. As long as they're within line of fire, which is really cool. And then after resolutions, give a rad token to each character damaged this way without a token of this name. Characters with rad token modify defense -1 and are dealt 2 damage by poison instead of 1. So that's really cool there. So basically after you poison them once, every time they take poison after that, as long as they have that rad token, they take 2 damage, which is really cool. It gets by toughness and a few other things, so that's pretty neat there. Then the special on the movement is Dirty Dealings, Sidestep Stealth. Those are good. And then special on the damage is CEO of Wayne Powers, Exploit Weakness, Shape Change. So both those powers are really good. We take a look at the dial. He's 70 points. Has the Batman Enemy and Underworld team abilities. So both those team abilities are pretty good. He has a 6 range, single target, 8 movement with that special, 10 attack with Psychic Blast, 17 defense with invulnerability, and 3 damage with that special. Overall, I like this guy a lot. I like a lot of poison figures, so this guy is definitely somebody I'm going to get. If you notice at the back of his dial, he also has Pulse Wave, so that's something that's good there. Gotham City is a good keyword. Monster is also a good one. Politician is a deceptively good keyword. So for 70 points, I definitely like this guy, and I'll be looking forward to trying to pick one up. So next up, we're going to take a look at Superman. This is one of the team-up cards, and this sculpt just looks amazing. It looks like it just came right off the TV screen from the Justice League Unlimited TV series. So this is number 001.10. Similar, I believe, to the Regenesis cards. There's going to be kind of like a dual card where one card, you get extra things if you meet the requirements for it, like a slightly better version of the same figure. Stat lines and everything are going to be the same. His keywords are Justice League, Kryptonian, a Metropolis, and Reporter keywords. So Reporter, again, is pretty good. Justice League's a good one. Kryptonian's not bad. So he has 3 traits. First one is Team Up Kryptonian. So this is the team up part, the reason why this card's blue. And it is, if Superman is part of the listed theme team, he can use Leadership. When he does and removes an action token from a character with the listed keyword, heal that character 1 click. After revealing Force, you may replace a game element's default card with an alternate card. You can't choose a team up if any character on your starting force has a share a name. So basically what that means, you can only have 1 Superman, even if it's a Superman from a different set, in order to use team up. So theme team up Kryptonian. So it would have to be a Kryptonian theme team in order to use this. But that's still pretty cool. I like where they're going with this. I think this is a good idea. Hopefully it doesn't just end up being something in the set that we never see again. I think this is a cool concept. So the next trait is Justice League Unlimited. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6. 6, remove an action token from another friendly character with the Justice League keyword that's 100 points or less. So we've seen that, I don't think it was called Justice League Unlimited, but we did see something similar to that in the Batman the Animated Series set. So that's cool there. And then his other trait is, I once thought I could protect the world by myself, but I was wrong. Once per game, when another friendly character rolls for the Justice League Unlimited trait, you may change the result to a 6. So you basically get an auto success once per game for the Justice League Unlimited, which is really cool there. So he's 100 points, has the Superman team ability and JLA team abilities, has a 4 range single target, 11 attack with charge and flight ability. 11 movement with charge and flight ability, 11 attack with super strength, 18 defense, impervious, and 4 damage. For 100 points, I kind of wish I would have seen Indom or a special on those first 2 clicks with impervious that had willpower and impervious. But overall, this isn't a bad figure. Superman team ability is pretty good. There's a lot of figures with stealth out there. I think the leadership could be cool if you went with the Kryptonian keyword. The auto success on the Justice League Unlimited with his other trait are pretty good. His stats are decent. So this is definitely a cool figure. Again, I like the team up concept. So hopefully we see a lot more of that stuff coming up. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at another figure now that's in this set. And it is another team up card in Lex Luthor. So Lex here is number 025.02 in the set. So I'm not sure. It seems like maybe there's going to be more than 1 team-up card per character. You guys let me know in the comments below if you know that better than me. I should probably know that. But anyway, that is his thing. He has the Injustice League, Metropolis, Project Cadmus, Politician, and Scientist keywords. So some pretty cool keywords there, but I don't think we've seen Project Cadmus before, so that's neat. He has 2 traits and a special on his attack. His first trait is Team Up Solomon Grundy. If the listed friendly character is on the map, Lex Luthor can use Invulnerability. After revealing forces, you may replace a game element's default card with an alternate card. You can't choose a team-up card if any characters on your starting force share a name. So this is basically the same as Superman's as far as the rules for being able to use it. But he gets invuln if he's on the map with Solomon Grundy, which is cool. His other trait is Injustice League. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6, 6, give an action token to an opposing character that's 100 points or less. So it's kind of the inverse of the Justice League Unlimited trait, which is kind of neat. I like where they're going with that. Then he's got this special on his attack, which is custom-made ray technology. Free, choose 1, penetrating psychic blast, precision strike, range combat expert, or improved targeting ignores hindering. Lex Luthor can use the chosen power until your next turn. That's just solid. Pick a power is always good. So he's only 50 points, has the Superman enemy team ability and Injustice League team ability. He has a 6 range single target, 7 movement with running shot, 11 attack with that special, 18 defense with energy shield deflection, 3 damage with enhancement. For 50 points, this guy looks really good. If you look at his dial, he's got that special on the attack, his entire dial, so you're always able to pick whatever suits you best. And then he's got a 20 defense from range, which is really good. And then if you have him with Solomon Grundy, he also has invulnerability, so he's able to reduce, so your opponent won't be able to swoop in with some poison damage or something like that. Then he's got a couple clicks outwit in there, which look really good. This is a solid figure in my book. And again, the sculpts on these are just really good, so definitely happy with Lex Luthor here. So next up, we're going to go ahead and take a look at my man who we just talked about, Solomon Grundy. So he is number 50 in the set. He's a rare, and he has the Gotham City Underworld, Injustice League, Injustice Society, Brute Monster, and Mystical keywords. Ooh, I see a lot of really good keywords in there, especially Monster and Mystical. He has 2 traits. His first trait is Injustice League. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6, 6, give an action token to an opposing character that's 100 points or less. So again, cool. The exact same thing that Lex Luthor was doing. His other trait is the Life and Death of Solomon Grundy. Free, turn Solomon Grundy's dial to the same click number of a different color. The first time Solomon Grundy would be KO'd, instead turn him to either click number 1, and he can't use that trait, this game, Protected Pulse Wave. So this is really cool here. I think this is a cool concept. We'll talk about it more once we look at the dial. So he's 75 points, has the Injustice League keyword. Team ability. He has a 0 range single target, and we're going to cover both click ones. So on the click 1 for the red dial, he has a 7 movement with sidestep, 10 attack with super strength, 17 defense with invincibility and indomitability, 3 damage with empower. And then at the blue starting line, blue number 1, he has a 6 movement with charge, 11 attack with quake, 18 defense, invulnerability, and 4 damage. So it looks like what they really want you to do here is they want you to try to get up to your opponent with the red clicks using the sidestep and the slightly higher movement and the better damage reduction, even though his stats are a little less. And then once you get in your opponent's face, you flip the script, you go on the blue, and then you attack from there. And then once you get KO'd, you're not actually KO'd. You just choose one of the 2 starting lines, whichever one suits your purposes, and then you go ahead and you attack. And they have to get through that whole dial before they score the 75 points. I like it a lot. I like that he has Steel Energy on the back. 3/5 of both of his dials. Definitely, the red dial is the defensive one. The more tanky one, I suppose, is what I'm looking for. And then the blue dial is the attack friendly one, and he has the Battle Fury and the Flurry and the Quake and stuff like that. And I gotta say, the sculpt on this one's really good. This is a really good sculpt that looks like Grundy from the show. So definitely, this is good. This is gonna be one that I'm gonna have to pick up. And I like that he's a rare. I feel like Solomon Grundy's almost always like a super rare or something like that. So happy to see that he is an easier to get rarity. And next, we're going to take a look at the last figure in this preview. So you guys let me know in the comments below which figure was your favorite in this batch of previews. I always enjoy reading that. Yeah, let me know about that. And let's go ahead and take a look at what this guy has. He has the Injustice League, Legion of Doom, Animal, and a Ruler keywords. This is Gorilla Grodd. He has 3 traits and a special on his movement. His first trait is Let's Cause Trouble. Sideline active. Friendly characters have free if this character critical hit this turn or made 3 attacks this turn to hit all opposing characters. Place a character from your sideline that can use Let's Cause Trouble trait adjacent on its blue starting line. At the beginning of your turn, if Gorilla Grodd started the game due to the Let's Cause Trouble trait, roll a d6, 4 through 6, return Solomon Grundy to your sideline. So this is pretty cool here. It's like the Trouble Alert thing that we saw in the Batman the Animated Series, but it's slightly different. Instead of missing and stuff like that, you have to hit for these. So that's cool. Again, like we saw with the Injustice League trait where you add tokens to your opponent rather than remove. I like that they're doing basically the reverse of what the good guys are doing. So that is definitely something that's cool there. Then he has this other trait, which is Curses the Flash, you foiled me again. Characters that can use hypersonic speed modify attack +2 when attacking only Gorilla Grodd. Characters that can use hypersonic speed modify defense +2 when Gorilla Grodd attacks them. This is a throwback to the Batman the Animated one, where it was like my only weakness, and then if a character had like mind control or something like that, I forget the different powers that were in it, but you got negative stat modifications and they got positive ones, so cool. Then his last trait is Revenge on Gorilla City, free once per turn for all characters with this effect. Roll a d6, 3 or 4, give each opposing character within 4 squares of Gorilla Grodd that occupy hindering terrain an action token. 5 or 6, deal each opposing character within 4 squares of Gorilla Grodd that occupy hindering terrain 1 penetrating damage. That's just good. You don't got to make any kind of attack roll or anything like that. That is solid. Then he has this special on his movement called Lead the Gorilla Invasion of the Earth's greatest cities. Lead climb, mind control. When Gorilla Grodd uses lead climb and moves 4 or less, after resolutions he can use mind control or quake at no cost. That's just solid. He's got 2 different point lines, 40 points and 10 points. At 40 points, he starts off with a 4 range dual target, 8 movement with that special, 11 attack with Smoke Cloud, 17 defense with Invulnerability and Indomitability, 3 damage with Empower. And then at 10 points, he has an 8 movement with that special, 10 attack with Super Strength, 17 defense, toughness, Indomitability, 3 damage with Empower. So this is a really good figure. He's really good fodder, as people call, like somebody that's cheap to put on a ruler or an animal team. So ruler and animal, I think if you're able to get a hold of a bunch of these somehow, some way, even though he's a chase, you're going to be able to get a nice theme bonus to win those map rolls. But he's got that, the starting for either point line, he's got that leap climb and then free mind control or quake if you move less than 4 squares. He's got the thing where it's basically on a 3 through 6, you're injuring your opponent just for being within 4 squares of Grodd, and in hindering terrain. So I can think of a bunch of maps where that's really good. That would be a solid choice for somebody to use. And yeah, this is just, there's nothing bad to say about this figure. This is a good chase. If all the chases are similar to this, I'm going to be happy to get it. Alright guys, so that is all the previews that I have for you today. Again, these ones are from 2 clicks from KO, so make sure to check out the link to them on the Mr. Clicksflix Facebook group. Again, pre-release for this set will be March 25th, so make sure to check out the WizKids Info Network for that, with the release being April 8th. You guys let me know what your favorite figure was from this batch of previews. I always enjoy reading that stuff. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a share. It really helps keep me motivated to make these videos, and also lets YouTube know, hey, other people might enjoy this content. That's all I have for you guys today. As always, please remember this on Critical Miss if you don't have probability control.